feel like it could get deep. Like, if you want to refer to biblically, like, okay, we know what's in there, but it also says thou shalt not judge. So we both one in the wrong right now. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me, like, because I'm super spiritual and I feel like I had enhanced my spiritual journey when I had went away to school during COVID. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of time alone. I couldn't go to my girlfriend. You know, we couldn't fly or nothing. It was just me. So being on that journey, I felt like trying to be in that journey and trying to like navigate through that journey, I felt like I was experiencing a little shade because I was with a woman. And it's just like, that does not define. It did. Now, I would say it did make me think, right? Because I kind of like to play by the cards, do things right. And if I do wrong, I like to right my wrongs. Feel like I'm a real stand-up female, be honest about things. So it did make me think, like, what is it? You know, like, well, is this wrong? But I'm not going to compromise my feelings. So if that kind of like, if that gets me at a point where I have to have a discussion with God about that, then that's between me and him. Like, you not going to say like, oh, this is wrong. Like, you trying to join this journey, but you got a girlfriend. I'm going to keep my girlfriend. And we're going to pray together.
Yeah, we're going to go along this journey and finish.
We're going to figure it out together. Like, I feel like that was a lot with the older generation, the projecting. The projecting is, if you're talking to, I always tell, like, even with my mom, I be like, y'all age group, even older than you. Like, if you talking to somebody else that's my age, maybe that'll fly. Maybe, just maybe. I can't speak for everybody else. But with me, respectfully, you cannot project anything onto me. I'm always gonna do what I want to do. Like, I'm always gonna do what I want to do. And I ain't really done wrong yet. And who are y'all to dictate what's wrong or right? And it's me. And y'all done went through y'all own little cycle of making y'all mistakes and all of that. So y'all feel like y'all trying to navigate me. Like, who's to say you ain't did nothing with a girl and stuff and you telling me that this is wrong just because you ain't did it again? You know, like, you ain't with a girl now.
Or in a committed situation.
Yeah, so I'm so wrong for it. And we kind of all are in the same group. No mistake is larger than the other one. Well, I ain't even gonna say no sin is greater than the other one because it does say what it say there. But no sin is greater than the other one. So it's just like, you remember that when you trying to like redirect where I'm pouring my love into because it's of the same sex. Yeah, I'm going wherever it's genuine and it's real and where I'm happy at. So if it was with a man, I would be with a man, but it's with a woman. So you're gonna leave me alone about that.
I hear that.
I went through my little phase where I was like, God, if this wrong, I want you to remove whatever is disconnecting me from you. Mm-hmm. It never happened. But what God did do was change how I move in life, period. Like, how I existed in the world. So a lot of things shifted with me, like, personally, character-wise.
What's an example of a transition that you feel like is major that you still carry on right now?
I think that just the way I show up, period. Okay. I'm in everything wholeheartedly. Okay. And it might not be the way certain people want it to look, but like, I do try to give my best to everything that I want to see grow and everything that, I just try to water everything. Okay. Being my authentic self, I feel like I'm very supportive of people. I'm more like selfless. Okay. Emotionally now, because that was my biggest thing. I was being told that I was selfish emotionally. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect like 100% if I'm half-ass and shit. Right. So I just make sure I'm in things like wholeheartedly.
That's real. You want to comment?
And I'm kind to people.
I mean, for me, I never. I can say I grew up in the church, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. My father found his saving later in life, which he grew up on it, but I never question or ask God, am I doing the right thing? Right. I never thought like that until I thought about marriage and I took it to my father. And he told me that, and this is once he found himself and, cleaned up his life, that he wouldn't come to my wedding. Okay. So that was when I questioned
whether or not it was right.
Yeah, and I was like 30 something.
Oh,
you know, it was when I was trying to get that ex back and trying to do things, and he was like he wasn't coming. That's when I sat back, and him and we actually had a discussion and went back and forth. And, you know, that's when he started sending me certain scriptures. It didn't turn me away, you know.
Yeah.
That's
you
good.
know, it's kind of hard to have certain conversations with my father because they're set in their ways when it comes to that Bible, you know. So I can go by some of the morals in the Bible, but I'm not going off of that man-made handwritten. I can't go off of it like that. I just believe in that there is a God, and for my connection.
If you pay attention to the Bible, you know they speak on different gods. They had okay, people don't know the difference between what was culturally approved and what was theologically approved.
I definitely don't.
That was culture. They needed more babies. So they needed more babies. They needed to birth. They did. They needed more people to help build. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. So I feel like the biggest sin is when you go against yourself. When you are ignorant of who you are and what your path is and what you're supposed to be doing here. When you go against yourself, why you think so many people miserable when they trying to live up to what the world tell them they should live up to, this idea? You're miserable. Imagine a heaven and hell existing here and when you die. That's deep. People really don't understand that is a mental state. So the entire Bible is written in parables. It's storytelling. So there's things I could take away. The Bible literally kind of give you like a gateway. Exactly. Like when I read Joseph's story, I was like, damn, that's me. That's me. Like, and I be telling people, like, when people do certain things to you, you can't get revenge on them. It's for a reason. Like, you go through that contrast for a reason. And you gotta stay on your path. So when I read Joseph's story and how his family did him and trying to get, like, that happened to us in real life. Like, people gotta stop taking the Bible as this is what it is. Like, that's not God's word. That's like literally life just being written in different ways to show you how this energy and these laws
That's
work.
why you can choose your God.
I got a question. I got a question for you. Have you ever had any experience with a man?
Sexual?
If you're comfortable.
No.
Well,
I'm considered a gold star.
Oh.
I don't know if y'all talk about that in y'all generation or y'all have those conversations. Gold star is somebody who's never been intimate with a man.
So you just knew you liked her all your life?
Yeah. I didn't know what it was, though, because I didn't have there was no examples. Like, we had no representation, like, at all. So I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was different.
To, like, communicate with a man on an intimate level like that, like showing interest?
That's deep. No.
Have you tried? No?
I told her she can ask you whatever.
So have anybody asked you, like, how do you know? Then if you know?
Yeah.
And what do you respond?
They base it off sex.
What do you respond?
I don't base my connection off sex.
So what do you say?
In order for me to have sex with a guy, I have to be attracted to get to that level.
You've never been attracted to
I've never been attracted to guys. I could tell you if a guy is attractive.
Okay.
Big difference. Because I see women that's attractive, but I'm not attracted.
Oh,
meaning is no energetic pull that makes me want to draw closer. Okay. It's never been that. So it'll be me like, oh, let me just fuck around and find out. And it would be strictly about sex if I enjoyed it, which I doubt if I would enjoy penetration from a man and just being dominated in that way.
Okay.
What? Your cousin name is Ariana.
Okay.
What do you mean? So I've been there, done that. It's over with. No,
so what's the Okay, cool. Because I would want to say something after that too. But what do you think is the difference from being with a man? Like, do you think why did you gravitate to just strictly women after being with a man?
Well, the thing is, I didn't gravitate to strictly women. I wanted women before that. Oh. I sort of gravitated to the man for exception.
Oh. Okay.
So it wasn't like when I was 5 and 6 years old, I knew I liked women.
Okay.
You know, so playing house and doing those things that Black families don't speak on. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So I used to grind on socks and pretend they was girls and stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm still a grinder.
Tub lady.
Yeah, she used to grind on the tub. Can you relate?
Where?
Exactly.
The shower head?
No.
Oh.
The tub.
She just told you hers.
She did, didn't she? Yeah, but you know, I liked women before that. Even before I lost my virginity, I had actually told a young lady that I liked her. She sort of tricked me into telling her that I liked her. And I was probably 15 at this time because, you know, I got pregnant at 16.
Okay.
So I told her that I liked her when I got the courage, and she was like, nah. So she wasn't with it. And then my cousins were around and all the guys liked them. And I was like, okay, I'm just a tomboy. And I thought I wanted the male attention. Okay. You know, and I never liked guys.
Right.
But I definitely fell into the norm, the trying to be normal type of lifestyle. So I decided to lose my virginity and it happened. But the difference, well, my baby's father was like one of my best friends. We were really cool. You know what I'm saying? And my woman can be my best friend also. Uh-huh. So as far as like guys, I'm cool with guys. Right. Guys are good friends. Mm-hmm. They cool to be around. They can be honest if you one of the guys. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? So I relate to them more. Mm-hmm. You know, but the fact that I love being my woman's friend. I think I get that from the guys. Women like being around men more than women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so men are cooler. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think I took that from the men, that characteristic. But as far as the difference, I mean, ding-a-ling is the difference. I would say ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling is the difference. So, you know, as far as the person and all that stuff, you know, I'm not physically attracted to men. No. Right. Like she said, they're attractive. Everybody know. Mm-hmm. I think all types of dudes are attractive. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, and I don't have I'm not confused. Yeah, I'm not confused because I have a child. My daughter's about to be 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about confusion or anything. Okay. And it's not even a comparison. My preference is women. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so because I had a boyfriend, I feel like a lot of people ask me the difference. A lot of people in my generation be wanting to know. And I feel like touching base on that projection, the first question, I'm not gonna do too much since y'all is my big cousins, but they do ask the difference sexually. In sex, right? So they
you gotta not treat us like big cousins right now.
Okay, that's cool. I was making sure y'all was cool because I'm cool.
No. It's cool. Yes, you grown.
Cool. Yeah, I'm grown.
You had experiences. We not naive.
That experience. I mean,
them
drink. People asking me that. I feel like trying to ask me that is just. I don't know. Only because I feel like a good sexual experience is a more emotional connection too. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm still going to say like, yes, my girlfriend is obviously she's better, but I feel like I'm more emotionally connected to her than I was with the male that I was with. And then I feel like I was biased because I was only with that one male. So I feel like you be asking me, I don't really have no experience with males for like, I went from here to here. So the major difference that I would see was obviously what's real and but it's all.
It's feelings.
Yeah. But I feel like, when I was with a dude and stuff, I wasn't emotionally detached because I'm so, like, I feel like I was always me, but I'm definitely more emotionally in tune while being with her. I don't know if it's because she a girl or not. I don't want to just say, I don't know if it's just because she a girl or so. That's something that I think about too when people ask me, you know, like the differences in my relationship because I was with him for 2 years. So that was kind of lengthy too. And then, you know, I've been with her for a long time. So people kind of ask the transition. I feel like I'm just more secure with her. I don't want to just say it's because she's a woman, because what if she wasn't? And it was just, you know, like
but she is.
But she is. No, I'm saying, but okay, yeah, so she's a woman. Yeah, so I feel like she understands more as a female. If I had to say any difference, I feel like she understands more as a female. Like, she pays attention more. I feel like she's one of the most observant people I've ever met. Like, my whole body language. Like, just recently, she just told me, we was at a party, and she told me, like, I don't know why she said something about her knowing, like, I really like females, like how I engage with females while we outside and stuff. And she had literally explained my whole body language, everything, like from things that I said and stuff like that. And I was just telling her, like, I've never experienced nothing like that in my life. So I don't know if it's like you a female, like, but that's something that I would do for her. So I'm like, is it a female thing? Like, are we just more emotionally in tune and pay attention to more to what we love? And I'm just like, you just
compared to the man, yes.
Yeah, like I feel like he didn't know me when I was
on average. That's more like our thing than men.
Yeah, and we got to remember that the men were taught not to really
be
they show that.
Yeah, they kind of been separated from their feminine side. They also view it as a weakness, being gay. It's too closely associated. I think it's crazy how powerful the feminine is, yet it's being associated with
weakness.
Weak.
And punk.
And punk.
As Orange would say.
Yeah.
And that's so weird. And even when you think about when they be like, you ain't got the balls to do this. Pussy gives life. Why you call people a pussy as weakness when pussy gives life? That's the hardest shit on this planet. Balls are so sensitive. Soon as you touch them,
it's all wordplay. It's all wordplay.
See, it's been a finesse and conditioning for a long time. It's like, man, you a pussy. Oh, I'm harder than you then, nigga.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
That's basically what.
Do you understand what the pussy go through to bring life here? Are you crazy?
What it go through naturally, just on a daily basis. I feel like that's something that I love to experience.
Birth.
5 times.
Giving birth? Oh.
Giving birth,
my bad, 5 times. My bad. You weren't even talking about that. Go.
Kids.
But you did say 5.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about that though.
My bad. Yeah, I was all off.
No, you good.
Oh, you want to know what the inside of pussy feel like?
Me?
Oh.
What? No, I wasn't.
That's worse than what I thought.
I'm just gonna redirect y'all. I'm gonna redirect y'all to what I was saying.
I'm gonna just scratch my head and just move around.
I enjoy. Okay, so I feel like being with a female, my person, she's a woman. We are both girls, so you know, like we have girl talk naturally. Like 2 friends, we have girl talk. The things that we experience with our body, the changes that we make. We both experience a period. Like, you know, it's just, I feel like it's more comfort here. And it don't take me a long time to get comfortable as far as you being comfortable. But it takes me a lot. It takes a lot for me to get comfortable as far as me just relaxing and being safe and feeling safe around you. And I feel like I told her, I'm like, I feel really safe, right? Because I used to struggle really bad with anxiety, right? And you never would have really known because I show up like this all the time, every day. But I could be like really going through it and talking just like this. And she showed up as my friend one day. I was having like a really bad anxiety attack, and I'm like, you better get away from me. Like, I didn't want no intimacy. So she had showed up as my friend. And sisterhood is different from anything else. Like, sisterhood is different from anything else. So she showed up as my friend. And I was like, and I was so grateful for her being a female in that moment because the emotional aspect of her just being a woman, like the comfort, like on top of her loving me as her partner, it was both. I was experiencing both. I was experiencing a abundance of love from both aspects. Like I'm pouring into my friend and I'm pouring into this is the girl that I love. So I was so happy and grateful that she was a woman in that moment. And I'm like, I really trust you. You know, like, and a part of me trusting you outside of the things that you should trust your partner for, I trust you with me wholeheartedly. Me. I don't want to say that I don't think that I could have ever gave that to a man. Something about her being a female and being more in tune with her feelings, even the things that I do for her, I feel like she's not as emotional. That doesn't mean that she's not in tune, but I'm really like, what's on your mind? You know, like, I be like, you are amazing. You know, like, she not with all of that. So I feel like we both, the feminine aspect of both of us kind of makes our relationship stronger because we two powerful women.
Let me say something. Typically, we always say when you mess with women, we don't go as deep as you just went. You really just explain the connection between two women from
we just know
that
what
safety.
It is,
yeah, we just know what it is. But you really just explained it. You know, because we say intense, we use the word deep, and we never really go into detail like that. It's like that's the difference right there in these generations.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe it's
just... Yeah, because like the whole thing, like Marquita said, we are learning from each other.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was great.
Because do you feel like there's a disconnect between the younger and you know, the OGs and the lesbian? We just gonna stick to the lesbian.
Right.
Part of the
I feel like a disconnect like with the age differences?
Just the times, like you know,
you guys think like we hate on y'all? Do you think like we're not there for y'all?
What more can we do?
I feel
show
like
up.
Me answering it is a little bit more biased just because I grew up being y'all in y'all family, so I experienced love. Y'all always been older than me. Even now, I'm with a woman and stuff. I still experience love, so that's all I know from the older generation of lesbians. If I had to kind of touch base on things that she told me about her experience, it'd be like one and the same kind of. So it'd be like she's experienced both ends of it. So like they show love, and then she's experienced some where they kind of like try to little sus you, and she ain't nobody you can do that to.
Okay.
So it's like you experience both. I feel like the disconnect there was when you older, you feel like you have more wisdom to give, and you have less to receive. That applies to everything, honestly, with being older, period. Not even just that. But I feel like with being I've had a conversation with a more mature lesbian woman, and I think, did I go off on her? No, I ain't go off on her, but she like tried to like, damn, she tried to say something like, oh, you're young. Like, it was something like, this gonna go. She basically was dictating my relationship like, this gonna go here. Like, it always start off like that. And I basically was like, how's you gonna tell me? Like,
from her experience. So I think the biggest misconception when it comes to older people, period, is that wisdom comes along with age. And it's not true.
It's not.
Wisdom comes along with your experience and what you choose to do with what you learn from your experience.
Exactly.
It's so many people that live a treadmill life, didn't grow from anything that they've been through. Just constantly recycling the same goddamn energy, stories, different characters. You know what I mean? Like I was doing for a little while. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the biggest misconception when it comes to older people.
It really is. It's a misconception. I'm not even going to say it's a misconception for me, because I've always been, I ain't going to say always been aware, but I try to be aware of certain things. But some young people that I meet have way more things going on than I do. You know, they have way more insight, even book knowledge. But that's because of a choice that I made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I chose to stop doing that. I'm very open to taking in that information.
I feel like it's important to stay open, because it's like once you start closing off, or you thinking this person don't know what you know because they're a certain age. I'm gonna give you an example. Like when I was in LA, I was dealing with this young lady that was like 8 to 10 years younger than me. I think she was like 20. No, she was 25.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 36, 37, I believe. She was able to keep up with the type of conversations I like to have.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was also teaching me things, like more things about politics, which I'm not
into.
And
I feel like
that was her field of expertise.
I'm going through that right now.
I just couldn't get with the age.
I'm with the age.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the age.
I'm with it.
Remember I said, I think society kind of conditioned us to think that way. It's like, now we feel pervy. We done got the R. Kelly's doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much.
We in Chicago.
I just think that outside of even just being with women, like in the age gap with women, just period, the age gap in the judgment that comes when you say certain things. I feel like in my case, speaking on my own behalf for things that I experienced with communicating with people older than me, I feel like the way that I communicate is really well. I'm really articulate, right? So I feel like sometimes that I am.
I know, we just keep looking at each other this girl grown.
Yeah.
This girl grown.
Yeah. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Ain't nothing we can do about it.
I'm sure y'all proud. I'm sure y'all proud.
We are.
I'm sure y'all proud. But
I just keep seeing your mama. This is crazy.
But
crazy.
She's still a woman too. But
oh my God.
This is my family. You
I'm a little crazy. But look, the difference, I feel like people with me, especially with older people, when I be talking to people that be older than me, I feel like they be so surprised sometimes at the way that I communicate. Because it's not even all about what I be knowing. Sometimes it be my wordplay. I respond really quickly. I don't know if y'all know this. I respond really quickly. I like playing like, because y'all thought I was going to be shat. Well, maybe I did.
Yeah, I thought you were.
Hey, y'all, I'm Danielle.
I was just making sure you was ready for this world because,
I hope they ready for me. I just, I think that sometimes it be so, I don't know, I'm just different. Like, and I feel like even in my house, like, you know, like with talking to my mom, like the things that I be trying to talk to my mom about and just try to communicate with her, I be like, ooh, Ma, like, you're not communicating well with me right now. And she be
you
like,
call her out on it?
Yeah. And she be like, you just take it, like she just like, no. And I'll be like, okay. So I think that when I go out in the real world and I experience that with people, I'm like, okay, it ain't just my mama. Like, I think that it's just that age.
It was our upbringing.
It's good to be aware of that though, Danny.
Yeah.
It's good to be aware of that, that's like just taking an example from home and using it in the real life. So it's good that you're aware of certain things.
Yeah, because I take everything personal. Like, I'm real sensitive. I take
you were what?
Everything, huh?
You were what?
Gemini.
Okay.
I'm an amazing Gemini, y'all. So I take everything personally, and I think that I would say that I'm on a deeper note than most in my generation. I feel everything intensely. Like, I feel like, like things be that deep with me. Like when I be sitting and explaining that, I've been a situation so small could play out, and I literally would think of so many things that could have factored into it that people don't think about. So I feel like with the older generation, when they be talking to me and I be talking the way that I talk, I feel like surprise causes judgment. It's you're gonna project and you're gonna make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, but you don't know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. Cause I'm aware of that from you. I'm aware of that you don't know what I'm saying, but because you're so on the defense because I'm younger than you, you're not being receptive of what I'm saying. Yep. So you're gonna try to play with me. Yeah. And respect, it's okay. If you don't be too much, I don't really, get into it too much as long as you don't kind of go out there to me. Oh, a good thing. A good example I would use. My dad, he tried to be fake judgmental of me being with a female, right? We have a non-existent relationship. I'm not saying this to disrespect anything. I'm just saying the facts of it. We have a non-existent relationship. So we don't really know each other. He really don't know me. So he made an offensive comment about me being with a female. And before I went off, no, actually, I went out first. But when I self-reflected, I tried to explain to him what the things that he said and how it was offensive, and how not only can you not say those things to me, but you shouldn't offend anybody like that.
Yeah.
That's dealing with females. You're a man, and plus, like, you're a homosexual. Like, okay, so
that's
two things to get you like cussed out about. So, I went out first, and I was and then I feel like in that moment, I seen a difference in the parental aspect has a major impact on you when you like exploring sexuality. Yeah. I don't think it was that much of an impact on me because I only grew up with my mom. And my mom didn't really react that much either way. She was just like, okay. So him reacting really didn't bother me so much. It was more so like, you feel comfortable enough to do that and you don't even, okay.
You don't know me like that, yeah. You
don't know who I am, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you. Because you can't play with me like that. So it was like that. And then it was more so of just talking to the older generation, period, about anything and just how they receive the information that you're trying to give to them with being younger. He kept reassuring me that I was a child. And I'm like, I'm grown, but you feel the type of way because I'm telling you something that bothered me and I'm telling you beyond something that you even know anything about. So you're steady reminding me, you was a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid.
Yeah, for real.
You're a grown kid. You can't even have a basic conversation with me about my sexuality when it's my decision. You commented something negative about that because you felt comfortable too. And why did you do it? Because you're an adult. So me, as a kid or as a young adult, which is what I am, I'm not a kid. I can't communicate that to you. Or are you just not receiving it because you feel like I'm so much of a kid? So I feel like in that moment, I kind of just realized like, sometimes that age difference make people be kind of stuck in their ways because they don't want to like learn from nobody younger. They think that they should have it kind of figured out. But when talking to me, I get that already. I have access to way more that probably was presented to you in your generation. I have access to way more. I have freedom for way more.
Because let me add to that. Oh, go ahead.
But can I ask you not to even make an excuse for that? But you saying that means you're aware that he does not have those resources. You know, we dealing with and I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but I am.
For sure, I get it. X.
And I ain't on his side.
X.
You know what I'm saying? But he don't know no better.
So what
I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to.
Before you respond, because I want to add to it. It's no justification either, but let's be very aware that we didn't really have voices like that.
Yeah,
our boundaries was constantly being crossed. Our voices wasn't being heard. We had to stay in the child's place. So they didn't really view you as grown until you took on responsibilities. You was out of the house and you was some of them didn't even know how to transition with you. You know what I mean? It was even when you start paying your own bills, it was like, I'm still the mama. Like it was a lot of our parents that was very attached to that role and they didn't know how to be human and separate themselves and understand that was just a role.
Not just our parents. I'm a parent. Ariana is about to be 27. I'm literally just now trying to let go of her responsibilities and her dealing with her life and her dealing with whatever she's dealing with. I'm just now doing that. So that is a really hard thing to let go of. And it's not you like you right though. I'm open-minded though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But I also wouldn't have the nerve. I know I'm not a parent. So that's the difference
between him and I.
But I also wouldn't have the nerve to not be in somebody's life and to say anything. I just don't have that nerve in me to feel like
and not say nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so to respond to both of y'all. Y'all said significant things, something that I've already thought about. The type of person that I am, I extend grace. I would extend it to the end of time. God extend me grace every single day. But it comes to a point in time where grace, you trying to like kind of manipulate my grace with delusion almost. Like I feel like we're responding to the example that I already provided because that's where y'all conversation.
Yeah, I want
to take this in from.
Yeah, I want to take
this.
So
I feel like I ain't tough on nobody, but I'm like real like, okay,
Boundaries.
What you lack thereof, I will try to provide. But if you continue, then that's on you. So now it's like you playing almost,
Boundaries.
right? So
Okay.
like I said, initially I started off, I'm like, I went out first and reflected later. But when I reflected, I revisited the topic and I tried to present it in a way because I already had analyzed that he wasn't
Gonna receive it.
he didn't know what it was I was saying. So in that moment I can either choose to move on from it, or I can like present it back to him and explain where I was coming from with my point of view with the knowledge that I know and kind of share it. So it's like, yeah, you can say that oh, he doesn't know. Like you didn't know then, but I told you. So your response after that kind of like predicted how I was going to respond. Cause like I told you, and it's like, I'm the type of person that I go head first when I'm talking. Like I go in when I'm talking, not even in the end. I'm so mindful of the way that I speak, even if I come off as aggressive, I'm just really passionate, and I kind of like reassure you.
You are,
yeah, like I kind of like reassure you that I'm not trying to say it like that, like. 'Cause
no,
you know,
I'm glad you said
you
it.
are.
I'm tired of people mislabeling things.
Yeah, I'm passionate, so I know that, and because we don't have a relationship, I know that he know that we don't have a relationship, which is kind of like he kind of try to navigate things with me. I think that he do it in the wrong way, but that's just. That's not here nor there. When I was explaining to him in that moment, he was like, he just kept saying, you're a kid. So it was kind of transitioning. You're not even looking at me as an equal, like as a human. Like aside of me being your child, aside of me being young, aside of me being a female, I'm still a person.
You say like, equal though, or just a
equal
human?
As a person.
Equal, okay, human, equal as a person.
As a person,
okay.
yeah. Like everybody is entitled to feelings, even children. Like even children.
Okay.
Like so, it's just like being that I have that advantage over probably so many other teenagers that he knows that probably don't even do that. I have that advantage that I'm able to do that, and I did it with you. I chose to do that. I could have just went off on you because you offended me, and I could have left it at that. But I reflected and I revisited and I extended the grace. Not even just because you my dad, but because you are a person. You're a growing person and a person that's able. Yeah, like you're a person that's able, that you have the abilities to learn whether you choose not to. Like you have that privilege. So I extended that as an equal, as a human towards you, and you still like shut it down. So at that point, I'm like,
that's not remember I said conditioning, right? When you used to doing something for so long a certain way, even in that moment, your only job is to plant that seed. He's not going to water it right away because of his conditioning and what he's already used to. He's already attached to a role that he never even fulfilled. That's the crazy part. But like even being a grown man, it's still an attachment to that too. Like age, you think you're wiser. So that's what I mean. Like the unlearning part is real because in that moment, he's not going to get it. But down the line, if he choose to grow up, that seed that you planted, he's going to water it and get it then. We can't expect people to be on our time.
I get that. No, I realize that too. Like people gonna meet you as far as they are. I feel like I learned that when I went to college. People gonna meet you as far. You know, being from Chicago, when you meet people from different cities, you're like, y'all are weird. Like y'all are weird. Like so, I had to learn that. People gonna meet you as far as they are, and I'm fine with that. But I don't always have to. Just because you meeting me as far as you are, if I'm all the way up here and you down here, I get that this is as far as you could go. But I don't have to come down there.
Yeah, you don't.
So
you don't. That's a choice.
That's
why I said boundaries. All you was doing was implement boundaries. It was like, okay, I gave you this as much.
Yeah. And then this topic is about like just pertaining to being a lesbian and stuff like that. I feel like it stemmed from him commenting on something about me liking a woman, but it's just like, how can you, I don't know, like, I think it was kind of a trigger too that I experienced from somebody that was a parent, and I didn't really experience it in real time before from anybody else. So it came, like the first time that I experienced it was from my dad. So I think I was going through so many emotions right there, like, you saying that, you know, like, I'm your daughter. Like, not only am I your daughter, you know, I'm younger than you. And you know, like when people are older, you kind of want them to guide you and stuff like that. But the first thing that you said was something to me that was very judgmental. And not only was it offensive to my sexuality, my preference, and what I like, what I love, I don't play about my woman. You said something offensive that if she was here, it would have offended her and I would have went off worse.
Yeah.
So it was like, you don't even know, like, not only are you so like uninformed about people's preferences with the sexuality, you're uninformed about my relationship and the intensity of it and how happy that I am. Because if you had known that I don't play about my woman, I'm sure you would have watched your words. I'm sure.
You would have watched your words.
I'm sure you would have watched your words.
She keeps saying, I don't play about my woman. I don't play about my woman. We played about our women. That's crazy. That's a difference too.
You think we let people, even though we was fucked up, you think we let people fuck with them?
No.
I was saying,
I take that back.
I think the way I'm saying it, like I'm basically saying, like I come real hard about my woman, and y'all probably never let nobody disrespect. It's just
we was disrespectful.
Like it's that. That's what people see the difference.
That difference. But okay, go.
So let me.
I said scratch, but
let me try to make that make sense on why it played out. In our relationships, because you think about. Okay, I'm gonna speak for my family.
Okay.
You couldn't say nothing about us outside the family. But in the family, we was doing the most damage.
No.
I'm saying, right. That translated into my relationship as well. You can't play. I might play games over here. But you not finna come in here like, no. That translated for real into my relationships. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, you didn't even realize you doing the most damage in the crib, because we hold our family members, our loved ones, as we hold them up to a standard that we don't hold strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a different level of expectation. Like, we love y'all. We want y'all to love us back. Strangers don't owe us nothing. So when we talking about each other and roasting each other in the crib, that did more damage to me. But no matter what strangers said, it never penetrated.
Because that's family.
So it penetrated with the family.
It penetrated with the family.
Which is why I'm saying I reacted like that too. Because even though we don't have that strong relationship, at the end of the day, I'm really big on family. Like, I'm family oriented. That's all I care about. That's all I want to create and stuff like that. And it's just like, my girlfriend is my family. Like, that's my partner too, but that's family. Like, she, aside of my mama, like, that's who I'm calling. And you saying that and you feel like I owe you more, and I didn't owe you the disrespect that you think that I gave to you because I defended myself on behalf of the person that's with me every day, that knows me more than you. More than you. You think that I was just like, it was more so like a how could you? And then it's like, what do you prefer? Like, would you have preferred that I was with a dude? Like, what is it? Like what you? Yeah, like, and then that's why I think it was an ego thing too, because you want me to be with a man.
You think?
What is your ideal man? Are you the representation of the ideal man? Because I want no parts, and this is not a. This is not a
your
thing.
truth, Danny.
Yeah, this is not a antagonizing thing. I'm just saying, I don't want any dealings. I am satisfied with who I am with, and I feel like she has more integrity, more confidence, and she implements more safety than I have ever felt, even in your presence as my father. Father.
Can I say this? Can I say this? I know you going in, so I'm trying to find an end when you going in.
I'm cool. I'm in it.
I do think it's weird that men who have kids, they don't show up as the example of, like, who do you see your child dating? You gotta treat they mama or whoever you know what I'm saying, like the same. You gotta show up as that example. And I feel like women should do the same. Like, be that woman you would want your son to date. Men, be that man you would want your daughter to date. You're gonna be the first example. So I do be thinking it's weird.
Yeah.
That your situation. So I be thinking about
It be like
for real. I be thinking, like, because they view feminine as weak, close to gay, punk, soft, I think that's the root to why they don't take two women serious.
Yeah. Me, my woman.
It's a complex it's society kind of been giving men this false illusion.
Exactly.
False sense of power and superiority.
Society, family, your mama, your aunties, the coddling. It's the coddling.
And the crazy part is, like, even behind the strong men that we see as leaders, it really be their mamas, they woman, be the backbone of that shit that gives them.
Exactly.
But yeah, we just been, thrown to the bottom so long, and the lack of knowledge when it comes to the feminine, when it comes to the woman. Like, I'm about to say some out of pocket, right? Okay. But I said this shit on Instagram before. Okay. When men be like, y'all came from our rib. Oh. I'll be like, let's say this is true. This is how everything started. Y'all came from Mother Earth, bitch. Didn't.
That's you.
Everything starts with the mother. Either way. For real. So they start at Adam.
Said, bitch.
They start at Adam being a man and the woman came from the rib, but they never think about the dust that Adam came from, which came from who?
Oh, wow, man.
Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Mother. Okay. Motherfucker.
That's why I named her Mother Earth. I named Marquita. I named her Mother Earth because she knows things like this. She's the mother from the earth.
I don't know anything. I feel like the highest form of intelligence is knowing that you know nothing, because that keeps you open. Like, we have our experiences, but understanding that two things could be true at once. You know what I mean? Like, and not just thinking that your way is the way. Yep. This is my way. This is the path that God put me on. But that doesn't make yours any less or any more wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because this is right for me. So, I know I don't know nothing. That's what keeps me open to, like, information.
But you know some, which is what makes you provide.
Mother Earth.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna downplay that. So, I don't know. I think that it was new. He didn't know me, and I think that was a major thing that was new for him, me being with a woman. It's not up to you to, like, decide what it is I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. I feel like if you want to be a part of, if you want to think about what I'm doing intimately, or just think about what I'm doing relationship-wise, ask. Don't just, like,
assume and then try to gad now.
Don't do too much. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that with me. That's all.
I got a question. I got a question for Marquita, actually. So Danny, she's saying that, you see, she said her father he didn't accept it, but it didn't matter to her.
Yeah.
You know how it mattered to your mom. Did you ever second guess what you wanted? Did you ever?
When it came to them, no.
When it came to you?
I literally, and I wish everybody had this in them, I was like, she'll get over it.
Yeah.
And with your parents?
Yeah.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, and she got over it because she realized, like, let's be real, G. The whole world reduced us to our bedroom.
Yeah.
The whole world does.
Being a lesbian?
How we lesbian? Because of who we intimate with in the bedroom, our sexuality is centered around who you have sex with. So we're being reduced to our bedroom. She woke up and was like, you my daughter. I love my daughter. That's what I was waiting on, because wasn't nothing about to change. No amount of scriptures, no amount of fear. You could starve me to death. I'm still gonna die loving women. I felt like I would have been going against myself. And I'm not trying to live like that, G. So,
see, you know, for me, I asked you that, but I don't really think that I have an answer. But there were certain people, no, I'm serious. There were certain people, not even certain people. It was only one person that I was scared to tell. No, two. And that was my daddy and my grandmother, Punch. And to this day, and grandma gone, I never told her. She knew. Yeah. Okay. She knew. She met some of them. But I never sat down and said, Grandma, I'm gay.
They invaded my privacy.
But is that something that you do? Like, is that something that people do?
I mean, back in the day we did. This was in the 90s.
You know, somebody,
so we had to make
like,
announcements.
Straight people ain't got to make an announcement. Mama, I'm straight.
No, but I was scared to tell certain people. I can say today, I don't think that I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and just be with the guys and stuff.
That would have been deep.
I think eventually, but
and I don't think it would have been fair. I feel like,
did you say it wouldn't have been fair?
No, I feel like
couldn't have been.
When people live in their truth, it's not just about you. Yeah. Like, you protect other people as well. Mm-hmm. When you live a lie, you are harming other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you robbing them of their freedom of choice. Everything. You know, I told you, my DMs be popping with women that's married to men, and they just like, you know, we admire you for walking in your truth, and you know what I'm saying? We over here miserable. Y'all care what other people think. I care about the quality of my life. Mm-hmm. And I'll be giving that up if I lived according to how other people think I should live. Like, I'm not trying. Imagine you in a whole marriage.
Yeah.
This is your life. This is the life you remember right now. When you die, you ain't gonna remember this motherfucker. Yeah. So you gotta do what you need to do for you, because that is not only just for you, it protect other people as well. We would have loved representation.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
So this gets to this point because we about to end this because we 2 hours in.
Yeah. I just want to say,
we chopping this up to 2 parts.
Yeah. I had slight representation, but that representation, told my mother, that was my cousin. She was my cousin Shirley, rest in peace. She was a lesbian, older. I was probably 9 and 10 years old. Mm-hmm. And she told my mother that I was going to be gay. But like, she didn't tell me, she didn't talk to me about it. She called it. She definitely called it, but my mother brought it to me when I was like 14 though.
You know, my cousin Tamiko was gay, but I didn't know that. Exactly. I didn't know what it was. So,
no. Yeah, I knew what she was doing.
That's what I mean. What? Like, I didn't know they all dressed like that back in the day. She was just a little bit tough. She gonna beat your ass a lot quicker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how can we give like the younger generation better representation?
It don't really sound like we can, Martina.
Yeah, I was about to say that only because I think our generation, we have a really independent generation.
Oh, y'all got it?
Yeah. No, it's not even that. We think we get it.
Okay.
We think we get it. I feel like we have some things, but I don't think that our generation is of being receptive of being guided by an older generation. But that can be for 2 things, though. It could be because of the misrepresentation and the judgment, and it's just like, I'm older, so this is right. This is what you should do. We kind of rebel.
That's certain
I feel like that kind of would be me, because it's just like, I love showing somebody wrong. Like, you telling me this, I'm telling you this. And I'm going to go with what I'm saying, because I trust me the most, because you just you experience your life. Like, that's how I be. I'm like, you got
so you're not receptive.
So it's easy to look at like, how you gonna tell me?
I'm receptive. I had a conversation with somebody about being humbled. Somebody humbling you, like knowing more than you or having more than you, and it kind of like humbling you, because I think really highly of myself. My exact response was, I can't be humbled. But I only say this because it is not downplay of me learning from somebody else, of them having more from me, knowing more wisdom, and them being receptive. Is, what do that have to do with who I am? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can still be me, like, and I can still go through my experience and, you know, like, let life run its course for me without you trying to just sit here and telling me, like, this is what you should be do. Like, oh, you my little sister, or you like a daughter to me. You're like a niece to me. Like, you cannot talk to me like that. Like, you just can't talk to me like that. I can't speak for everybody else. I can receive what you're saying and I will take heed to it. And I will remember that when I'm making my own decisions. Like, keep in mind my own decisions, not what you're saying. I'm not going to rebel against you just to prove you wrong. But most of the time, what you'll be telling me to do, I'll be super confident in doing. I don't like.
Some people don't even know the definition of humble. So.
Yeah, like, I don't want to say that I don't really make bad decisions. Well, I make decisions, but I don't play with myself, like, basically like that. So when people come to me and try to, like, present things, it'd be like, you kind of, like, don't have to worry about that. So I feel like people be saying that for their own matter, like, for their own ego and stuff. And I, like, entertain it, but I still be like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm
gonna say when I say representation, I'm gonna speak for myself. I feel like now at first I wasn't thinking beyond myself, so I was just doing whatever.
Yeah.
So now I'm more conscious of, like, for real, like,
how was your representation? Go. I'm sorry.
I'm more conscious of, like, how I move, how I show up online. It's still me. But I'm saying, like, the foolish shit, I've corrected.
Intentional.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm more intentional about what I put out there. And I also want more us that look like us to know that you can do certain things as you are and be successful. Yeah. So that's why I like the roles that I've been getting. They not feminizing me. One of them tried. They was about to be on that, but I didn't pass the chemistry read because I was going to take one for the team.
She sure was.
But God looked out. God, that shit would have snatched my soul. Yeah. Okay. But I try to be more mindful. Like, I don't want the younger ones that look more like me and Elsie to think that they have to go against themselves in order to be successful in the things that God gifted them with. Because the world like to sexualize women, and in order to be successful in their industry, they have to show you in a certain light. For men.
Yeah. Because they have more of that hierarchy. I think that y'all are doing amazing. I think the podcast was a start. Well, not even just a start, but I think that the podcast is something that's really significant that can be of representation to the younger generation. And that's like,
we get a lot of love from you guys. We do.
Yeah,
we
like,
get a lot
I
of
feel
love.
like, and we in a podcast era, like, people like listen to people talk. People talk all day. So it's interesting to see people talk on the podcast. I think that you guys are doing amazing with that. I had shared that with you. I was like, I gave y'all. I'm like, y'all doing. We was just watching it. I really think that, and because me and my girlfriend are really younger than y'all, so we was watching it and we was just like, it was interesting to see that some of the stuff that y'all was talking about, like, we talk about. Because we think, like, when you think people older than you, just think like, oh, they old. Like, you don't really think.
Damn.
You don't really think too much about them and what y'all experience and what y'all doing. Like, it just be like, you old, like, that's my big cousin. Like, these my big cousins. I'm not really thinking too much. So when I see y'all touch base on certain things, it's like, okay, y'all doing a good job with that. And I think having me was a good job. I think having me was a good go. Like, it was a good run. I think that was a good decision to make. Only because I'm saying the cocky, yes, but I'm saying it because I'm younger.
It's not. It's nothing wrong with being confident. It's not cocky. Yeah, I think what people go wrong is thinking when they move and act above others.
And I don't.
That's when you cocky. That's when you arrogant. And that's when life gonna humble your ass for real. It don't have to be other people humbling you. Right. Cosmic laws. This shit is real. Yeah. So that's why when it's this thing now where people be like, don't be humble. Do y'all understand the definition of humble? Yeah. I don't think they understand the reason why humble even became a thing. Yeah. It's understanding that you still got growth. Yeah. You still got people that you can look up to and learn from, and life can literally snatch your shit from you. Sure. So it's not moving as if you are above other people. So I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna be humble because I understand God is bigger than everything.
But still remember who you are.
And still remembering who you are and that I am an extension of that.
Being who you are.
Yeah, that I am an extension of that. But I'm never going to walk around like, nah, I can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm like, I think it's good that y'all brought me only because it was just like, no, for real. No, I'm saying like, I'm only saying it just because I feel like the way that my insight on, like, I've never had a bad reaction when I'm communicating with somebody. Like, I feel like I kind of I give confidence, but I still also give comfort, and I still give like, I feel like I exude confidence, but I still have a balance about me where I'm like chill and reserved. Like, I don't think I'm better than you, but I do know that I'm wrong. Like, so I think that it was good
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
came. Yeah. So I'm like,
that's necessary.
Yeah. So the way that our conversation was able to like kind of flow, which is why I was saying like, okay, you know, y'all looking, this could be y'all probably.
Hey, look.
Maybe
y'all probably. Life be trying to snatch your whole soul. So that confidence is very important. Navigating this thing called life. Because, honey, let me tell you something.
Hey, Danny.
These insecure motherfuckers be on a mission.
Sorry.
Let's be clear. All right, so.
I always feel.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap this up.
Thank you, Danielle.
We all should like leave. What do y'all want to put out there to the world?
About
like
what? Anything?
Anything. Like one thing you just want to like.
I'll go last.
You go last.
One thing. What? Finish the sentence, because just what'd you say?
We know what topic we on, right?
Yeah.
So just one thing we want to put out there. I'm gonna go first, and maybe then y'all could just back up there. Okay, so. I know that we got these labels, right? I don't want anybody to attach to their labels.
Right.
And go so hard for the labels that y'all don't know who y'all are without these labels. So even though we're two masculine presenting women that's running this podcast, even though we're lesbians, these are labels that help us identify what we are experiencing. But I think it's way more important to be who you are, continue to water who you are, and show up as you are. And that's where you're going to find success.
Okay. Good.
I really don't have anything to say. Be yourself, like she said.
Yeah.
Continue to tune into the podcast. I love you guys. Thank you.
For me...
That's the disconnect right there, I guess.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Okay. So, pertaining to the topic and just life overall, I would honestly just say find and build a relationship with God. Like, I feel like that kind of like is an umbrella over everything. For those who don't believe in, I'm not trying to project. I'm just saying, for me personally, I feel like my relationship with God and my continuously growing relationship with Him is the way that I am. And it applies to every single thing. So not just confining me into just talking about liking women. And I feel like as long as I'm here with God, it makes everything better. It makes everything like run its course. So fanning out, what's your safe space? For me, it's God. I've heard amazing things from other people who feel the same way. So that's what I would kind of present to everybody to can just kind of, maneuver within that. And just be yourself.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
I'm glad you said that, because it's a lot of us that feel like God not walking with us because of the world, right? A lot of people who preach these scriptures to you don't even know the origin of those scriptures. So y'all have to be mindful of that. Every design has a designer. Yep. Every design.
That was deep.
Maybe God got a designer. I don't know, but every design has a designer. So whatever you believe in that puts you in a position to constantly aim for your higher self, to show up at your best, water that.
And whoever is with, male, female, but if it's female, since that's what we're talking about, if it works for you,
don't go against yourself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest sin.
And
listen to them, y'all.
I love my woman.
Listen
and being
to
with my
them.
woman has created some great things within me. So shout out to my woman.
This power woman, right?
I love you.
Hey, she been repping you all episode. Shout out to Kanaja too for being in here so quiet, patient.
Right.
Thank you, Kanaja.
She doing silent laughs and agreements.
On the real,
So we're not
thank
gonna end this with an ended question. With ended statements. First of all, we appreciate you coming on here, being open. Shout out to your girlfriend.
Yeah, she Tanae coming through too.
Okay. Oh, yes.
She coming through too.
Bam.
We gotta wait till she gets to Chicago.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, she not here. She not here doing your 2 parts.
Yeah, she not here.
So let her freely do her and be in our energy without feeling like she had to be conscious of your awareness.
That's fair.
Cause I struggle with that. You start being attentive, like you need anything. When women wanted to go with me doing my bookings, I'd be like, no, I'm too attentive. I can't focus on my shit. But yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being quiet over there. If y'all want to continue to see us elevate, donate.
Donations.
Keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing. Keep an open box and please stop trying to box us in.
Yes. All
right.
Support my cousins because I love my cousins and I know y'all gonna love me, so that means support my cousins. Because I don't play about my cousins.
What about your cousins?
Appreciate y'all.
Cousins or my woman.
Or her woman.
You ain't got shit to say?
Yeah. Welcome to the Shellisfield. Welcome to the Shellisfield. Lend us your ear and take a listen. Whether you in the whip, in the bed, or in the kitchen, ease into our conversation and babble higher dimensions. As we tell you our position and show you that we're no different than you. Cause we all connected. When it comes to life and love, we all been affected. We all need self-correcting no matter how you dress it. So turn your TVs and your volumes up and listen to the Sheller's perspective. Welcome to the Shellisfield. There's a lot of love in here. You vibing in a different atmosphere. Welcome to the Shellisfield, where we live, laugh, and learn, and use the light from the bridges that burn. Welcome to the Shellisfield. There's a lot of love in here. You vibing in a different atmosphere. Welcome to the Shellisfield, where we live, laugh, and learn, and use the light from the bridges that burn.